trying to use the back camera, get a little bit aspect ratio better. It's a big difference in the quality, but it's also a little darker than I'd like, since like literally a minute ago. You know how sometimes the light goes off in your head, sometimes the light goes off in your head, where the fluorescent tubes popped for the lights here, and I just kind of got the idea of making a video, because I was like, oh yeah, I was going to do something, it slipped my mind, but a couple people commented they liked the fact that I just did simple story time, said I came off a lot more natural, all that. So I thought I'd do another quick story since it actually came up earlier tonight. So it's the story of the education of medieval history, we shall call it. In 5th grade, I was kind of taken under a wing by another teacher, and it wasn't my homeroom teacher or my math teacher. This guy just thought I was the best. He really liked certain students, and, you know, a couple people said, well, it really wasn't as professional or anything like that, but, you know, when you're the lucky one in, you really kind of let this stuff slide, and in 5th grade, you don't really think about it. 5th grade, he would just basically call us over the loudspeaker, any of the students he liked, and wanted to hang out with us while his students would, you know, do things like learn and work. And one of the traditions, I guess, I don't know how every school did it, but for us, basically, what you would do on your birthday is you'd bring in treats and stuff like that, you know, cupcakes, something like that, and share it with your class. I got away with this because it's summer birthday, but and anything spare, what you would do is you'd give first to the teachers of your grade and then to the teachers of other grades. With, you know, if you brought in 30 cupcakes in your class of 24 or something like that. So we're sitting there in something like social studies, and I get a call. Can Max come down? Yeah, Matter Max just leaves his classroom. My teacher didn't really notice and or care, and he always addressed us by anybody he liked was by their surname. He goes, "Mr. So and So, I have a question for you. How much do you know about medieval history?" Oh, in 5th grade, I'm like, I don't know. There was kings and castles and knights and catapults. That's about it. He goes, "That's right. You know, do you understand how the king was above everybody else and more important, and he had all these people working for him?" I was like, yeah, that's being the king. And the king was basically the same thing as a teacher. The teacher's in charge of the classroom and in charge of the students and sets the rules and all that. And I was like, yeah, I guess I kind of see where you're going with this. And I still have no idea why I'm here, but my whole important part of the day was trying to figure out when he was going to stop talking so I could go play computer games. Not that I didn't enjoy him or anything like that. It was just basically whenever I went over there, he'd talk to me for 2 minutes, and then I'd spend the rest of my day playing computer games. As I said, it was a pretty sweet deal. You can see why I enjoyed it. But so he goes, apparently little Timmy or whatever has had a birthday today. Let me tell you something about this. Being the king is important. Being the teacher is important. I was like, yeah, of course. Did you know about medieval food testers? I had no idea where he was going with this. I was like, no. So he explains to me that basically, you know, the king would have people eat the food to make sure it wasn't poisoned. I was like, oh, cool, that's really neat. And all the students are like, wow, that's really cool, that's really neat. And he goes, Mr. So-and-so, I am going to task you of the honor of being a food tester. That was actually an honored position. So I was like, okay. Now I'm a little worried because he's just talking about all this poison and whatnot. And it breaks down to, in front of his entire classroom, I sit and eat a cupcake. Needless to say, I did not die. And then I went and played Dark Forces, the shareware, on the school Mac for about 35 minutes instead of doing anything else. So, but that was pretty common, stuff like that going down. He was actually a good teacher. Well, I guess, as I said, I'm biased, but a lot of students who had him look back positively. Kind of a slave driver to some, you know, had a temper, and he was physically intimidating, which definitely helps. But look fondly back to that memory and many other ridiculous memories of 5th grade. But yeah, I think that one really takes the cake for people who don't have the background of the inside stories about some of the stuff that I got to go through with him. But definitely eating a cupcake in front of a bunch of kids that have been working and on punishment. I should have added that part in, that yes, they were on punishment when this whole thing went down, sitting there, no recess, and I'm back eating a cupcake and playing computer games. So yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to do, and I'm gonna see how this turns out. I might have to re-record, but if not, it is what it is. So there's my video.